What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Offbeat Motors. I'm Corey, and today we're going to be working on the Jeep because we are going to be installing a Midland MTX275. Okay, so like I said, I picked up the MTX275. It's the 15 watt. We're going to do a hidden install. This is going to go up underneath the steering column. This is everything that came with the kit from here over. A couple of things we're not going to be using is not going to be using their bracket. Not going to be using their power supply to plug into the cigarette lighter, and we're not going to be using the little antenna because we got the ghost antenna. We got the antenna wire. Here's the microphone holder, the module itself, and extra microphone wire. Now, I also went and picked up this harness, which is plug and play, basically wires off of the 12 volt power source, so there's no splicing or anything like that involved. And the guy at work gave me this bracket, which is going to go right about here. That's going to be the first thing we're going to install, so let's go ahead and get started on that. Okay, so inside my nice and dirty engine bay, we're going to install it on this bolt right here. It's a 10mm bolt, so we're going to back that off enough so I can get it slid underneath the bracket for the hood prop shocks and the fender. So let's get our 10mm and get that out. Okay, so now that we got the mount on for the ghost antenna, we're going to start running the line. So we're going to run this line, which is the antenna line, through the firewall. And let's see if we can see. We are going to run it through, remove that grommet. We're going to put a hole in it so we can slip the cable through, and that grommet is actually there. If you have a clutch, then you won't have the grommet, but this is an automatic, so we got the grommet. So let me get that out, and then we're going to put a hole in it, and then we're going to run the cable through it. Okay, so here's the grommet, and we're going to put a hole in the center, but we don't want to put a huge hole. We want to put just a big enough hole to run the cable through. Now, right now you have this connector on it, but this connector will come off like so, and that is about the size you need. So I got a 3/8 drill, which, yeah, 3/8 drill bit should do it. So we're just going to go ahead and drill in the center. Okay, and that will allow just enough, and you don't have that much of a hole there. So let's go ahead and get this installed. Alright, now that we got it through, we're going to go ahead and put the end piece back on. There we go. And like I said, I'm going to mount it right here underneath the steering column, so we're going to remove this panel right here, and it's just as easy as popping it off. And we're going to mount it right here. So the mic wires will come out. I'm going to run it behind here, down here, all along over here, and it's going to mount right up there. So it'll just be some of it sticking out right through here, which isn't really that big of a deal. So the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and get the module mounted right here. Or you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and mount the module right now. And then we're going to figure out what we're going to do with the amount of wire that we have. May ball it up and leave it on the inside, or I might do it in the engine compartment. I'm not sure yet. I'll figure that out though. But I think what I'm going to use is double-sided sticky tape on the bottom of this to stick it to this. So I did clean this with isopropyl alcohol already. I also already cleaned the bracket up under the dash. Here it is. Okay, there's the bracket. It's ready to go in the truck. Okay. I think I'm going to run a couple zip ties just to be on the safe side. Yep, that'll work. There's the line. Next thing we're going to do, okay, so now that we got the antenna line ran, got to get the power wire ran, and like I said, we're going to use the power from here. I got the Y piece harness, so you don't have to do any splicing. So we're going to take a bunch of this off to get to the connector on the back side of this, and then we can run the power wire over. Alright, so to get to this, we have to take this off and then pull this off. There we go. Let's see, we got a screw right there. Woohoo! Oh, there we go. Okay. This is the harness. I got it on Amazon. I'll leave a link for it. If you buy this and you want to pick this harness up, it'll be an affiliate link, which means I might get a couple bucks or cents. Now this has a fuse in it, so you don't even have to worry about putting a fuse in it. So that's one of the positive things. And just connect those, and then that goes right in there. Now this wire we can run over there right behind the panel. Probably can't see it that well because my light died. See if that'll work. Okay. There it is. So that's going to be plugged into the back of the module harness. So now we can go ahead and button this all back up. Don't forget to keep that harness out because we got to connect that to our upper panel. It's for our media stuff, or no, the HVAC. Media's down here. There we go. Put your screw back in. Plug your HVAC controls back in. Okay. Make sure it's all plugged in or pushed in. So that's good to go. We are going to make our connection. Huh. That's not going to work. Okay, so after cracking open a beer and having a few sips of it and thinking about it, I've come to the realization that this is not plug and play with that harness that I bought. Unlike what I was originally told and led to believe. This goes to show that just look into it yourself. Don't take everybody's word for it. Use their word to guide you, and then make a final decision based upon your own research. So, but I'm still going to use the harness. Okay, so the reason I'm still going to use the harness is, if you look right here, those are some screws. So I'm going to back these screws out on this side, this one and this one. These ones are holding these wires in, and then I'm going to strip the wires from the harness that came with the Midland kit, and I'm just going to cut the connector off of it, and leave a lead on it, strip it back and insert it, and then tighten down these screws to hold it in place. And then that'll give me a plug and play. I'm still not splicing per se, because I'm not having to solder and stuff like that, so that's cool. I didn't really want to do that. So let's get to doing that. Okay, so this is the harness that came with it. It has the 12-volt connector. Go ahead and clip this off. Don't need the rest of that. Okay, and this is what we're going to insert in the connector that's in the truck now from the harness, and then we'll have our connector to plug into the Midland radio. We just need to make sure that we hook the right wires up to the right wires. Okay, so yeah, this is brown. It's your ground. There's your hot. So hot and your ground. We're going to go ahead and hook them up, and then tighten down these screws out here. Little tug test. That's not going anywhere, so now we have our connector, which will fit our Midland radio. So let's go ahead and put the module in. Okay, there's that there. Okay, so now all we have to do is run our microphone from the connector here down around over there. Let's go ahead and take care of this extra wire and hook up the antenna on the outside. Okay, so I pulled the excess wire through the firewall, so it's not completely tight, but it took out a lot of the slack. So we got all this wire left, and we're going to ball it up. Well, basically roll it up And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some zip ties around this to hold it once I get my length all set. And then I'm going to find a spot under here to secure the rest of this wire out of the way. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it or not, but right here, there's a harness that runs right along the fender here, so I zip tied it right to that. So that should be good to go. It's not going to go anywhere. And I still have plenty to come out, connect to this. And what I'm going to do, once I get it connected to the bracket, I'm going to use this bracket right here to hold some of the excess as it comes in and into there. So I'll show you that in just a second. Okay, so that is all set and done. Looks pretty decent. It's not going anywhere. So we'll just finish up inside. Okay, so I know this is where I'm going to want the microphone to be. So we're going to attach this to here. And then that's going to lead this to run down here. So I'm going to use this. It's going to be mostly bundled up, but I just need a little bit of extra. So this is not just completely stretched out the whole time. So eventually what I'd like to do is I think there's a bracket you can get or something that this will fit into. And you put it somewhere here on the console so it's easy to plug this in and out of. So, but for now, I'm just going to go ahead and connect it to the box, run it in here, down and along in front of the shifters, and it's going to connect down there. So it'll just a nice short throw from that point. A little bit of isopropyl alcohol, clean off the area. Right about there, that should be good. Yeah, that works. Perfect. That'll do, that'll do. Let's run a little bit of this. Okay, so I took a couple links out. So this is what we're gonna work with. And let's put a zip tie around that to hold it. Okay, so I have it connected, got it bundled up and zip tied here, it's ran down, and here's my connector. So I can still disconnect it and reconnect it. And that actually fits right there, nice and securely. So yeah, I think that'll work. Alright, now the last thing to do is test it and make sure it works, and if it works then we'll put the panel back on down here. Let's go ahead and turn, I won't start it, I think the radio's off, yeah, radio's off. Alright. Haha, there it is. Awesome. Now I just gotta learn how to use it. So this is going to replace the handhelds that I had. I didn't have GMRS. This is GMRS. And with GMRS you have to remember FCC law is you have to get a license for it. You just go online and do it. So I got to do that still. But the handhelds that I had were just walkie-talkies. They weren't very powerful or anything. This will be a little better. So yeah, now we can just turn it off. And we can go ahead and button everything up. And we're done. Alright, so there it is. Like I said, I'll leave a link to that harness in the description below, and I'll also leave a link for this. Amazon once again, affiliate link once again. If you purchase, I get a small finder's fee. So I'd appreciate it if you did. It's one of the ways I help fund this channel. I don't do sponsorships or stuff like that. I do everything out of my own pocket. So there's a lot of things I still want to do. There's a pile over there that has some parts in it that I need to put on. One of them is going to be a little controversial because I know how everybody feels about it, but yeah. So there's still some more things to do with this. I'm having a lot of fun going off-roading, so I hope you're liking those videos. And I am sweating because it's pretty warm here in Texas. So I'm going to sit back, admire my work, and finish my beer. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Like, comment, subscribe, all that bullshit. Peace out.